This podcast was brought to you by Good At Studios. We're networking.
Jesse's log, number 4. Who'da ever thought that this moment would ever happen in life? How are we feeling? You're feeling good? You're feeling bad? You're feeling okay? Well, all those things are just fine. I'm feeling sick. Actually, my stomach hurts really bad, and it can be one of 4 things. 1, yesterday I had week-old Panda Express. 2, I had a bunch of chicken with that sauce that I mentioned in the previous podcast. The blue cheese, the Tabasco, the cayenne, the Parmesan. Or it could be grapes. I had a lot of grapes. I heard grapes are very poisonous, like snake venom capsules. I heard that's what they were. And also, it could be that my apartment doesn't have heat. And, I don't know, maybe being cold just caught up to me. But, you know what they say, you don't get sick from being cold. You get sick from, getting AIDS or something. I don't know what you get sick from. But at the end of the day, really, all it really is, my stomach hurts. And, the cause doesn't really matter. The fact is that it is unbearable to the point where I can't go to school, and we all know how much we all love school. But no, yeah, I don't know, my stomach just really hurts, and I could barely walk around. But I figured, why not be productive if I'm, just gonna not do anything all day. So I figured I'd make a podcast, maybe, I don't know, read a little, do a little homework, I don't know. Do what it do. Do what young hustlers like me do. Anyway, speaking of snakes, I am a fan of Jody High Roller. And if you don't know who Jody High Roller is, go ahead and Google that, as you should anything you don't know. But in this one video, right, he had a snake. And he was just holding it in his hand, just hanging out with a snake. And to me, that was the coolest thing ever. And if you top that off with the amount of dog Instagrams I follow and how popular they are, it makes me want a snake, First of all, they're cool. Second of all, I'm really interested in cold-blooded animals. 3, they eat rats whole. I Google imaged that, and it looked badass, and I want to see it in person. 4, I want a nice little slithery companion that isn't too clingy, but hopefully he likes me to where he doesn't mind if I just grab him all the time. But at the same time, he's not necessarily wanting me to do that all the time. So he can slither around his little cage or whatever and not cry all day like, meow, 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 pick me up. Because sometimes I'm just a little too busy for that. And, see, the thing about it is, usually, I don't know, this is according to PetSmart. Maybe they always have this sale, because sometimes stores have sales, like they say it's a sale, but it's always on sale year round, so really it's just the real price, So, PetSmart is saying usually $90, now $50. And to me, that's like a sign from the elephant in the sky, saying that I need to get myself a ball python, you know? But at the same time, the tooth fairy is like, yo, I ain't give you that much money. Because a snake isn't just buy the snake. You also have to buy the cage, buy the food, buy the humans, buy the girls, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep my snake happy, you know what I'm saying? So it's what's the opposite of lucrative? It's it costs money. So I'm gonna have to wait maybe about 2 days to do that. Not literally 2 days, but time, as they say, flies like an ostrich. Meaning it doesn't fly, but it can run so fast that it might as well have. So that's how we roll. Oh, speaking of counterfeit items, I was going. Okay, see me. I'm what we call a tab hoarder. I'll have a billion tabs open and not touch them for 30 years, literally. So on my phone, on the Chrome application, I have about 70 tabs open. And I'm just going through them all, trying to clear them out, whatever. And then I stumble upon me Googling, is NBAinsta.com safe? Because NBAinsta.com sold hats for really cheap. And if you know something about me, I like hats. And if you know something else about me, I love a deal. So, but it was so cheap, in fact, that I'm like, whoa, this could be a little shady. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I Googled that a long time ago. And, so I saw that and I'm like, I still wonder this. So I went to NBAinsta.com, and apparently they're being sued by the NBA or the NCAA or all of the sports associations for selling counterfeit products, saying it was authentic. And that's kind of bogus, y'all. Like, wake up, it's 2014. We can't be scamming people like this. Like some people, they just really want money. You know what I'm saying? I read this story about this dude who was on the bus, like, hey, can I have a couple dollars? And they were like, no. And he just pulled out a gun and started shooting. People steal identities. People take wallets, break into houses. Like, I understand, one, the job market isn't the greatest. And two, having a job isn't the greatest. But, we don't all have to be criminals, y'all. That's a little bogus if you ask me. We just out here committing crimes, doing immoral acts, not caring about the next man. I understand you may not have something, and we all heard about Robin Hood, take from the haves and give to the have-nots. But, I think that's a little immature if we can all, just cuddle up in a circle and be honest here. People are going to have things, and people are not going to have things. And if you were born as a have-not thing person, you really can't do much about that. And you can either try to get a job and, whatever, or you can live with it and accept that, you're just not equal to other people. I know that's pretty hard. it breaks my heart every time that I realize that I can't argue with my teachers. It's really depressing. Uh, but at the same time, that's something we all have to accept, you know. I window shop all the time. I go to thrift stores and I'm like, oh, I wish I could have this $3 shirt, but I don't know, $3, that's a little, you know what I'm saying? I can get three $1 shirts for a $3 shirt, you know. I go to, where do I go? I was at Kohl's and I'm just trying on all the hats, the hoodie. Oh, I love this hoodie. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is amazing. And you know what I walk out with? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we all can window shop. We all can dream of affording a $30 hoodie. But, you know, we don't have to murder people for a hoodie. You know, we just all have to accept, you know, they don't like where they are in life, and instead of try to change it, or maybe they have tried to change it and it doesn't work and they become bitter, you know, they try to go the criminal route. And I'm not saying that it's bad to be a criminal because it's illegal, because I don't judge things based on the law. However, I am saying that there are some laws, like don't kill people and don't steal, that I agree with. And you know, we just don't need that type of activity, you know, taken from other. I don't like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think it's called kleptomaniac. Could be wrong. I mix up things in my mind. I have a really strong desire for taking things. You know, it's really hard for me to see a pencil on a desk, or like a paper clip on the floor, and for me not to just instinctually jump on it, grab it, and feel a sense of pride, like, wow, I found something. You know what I'm saying? This is my treasure now. And then I proceed to never use it ever in my life, probably throw it on the floor of my room. And that's an issue. And if we're just going to do that with other people's money, that's a little bogus. We always say, you know, what if you have kids to feed and a mother steals a loaf of bread? Well, I can see why you would say, yeah, but really, if you can't afford bread, don't have children. You know, that's sort of your bad. You know, you can't really justify that. Some people like to act like having kids isn't something that they did. Or, I don't know, steal. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live by what I think. Oh, yeah, I almost got in trouble in school yesterday. Because I am not the best thinker in the world. Uh, so I'm in the weight room in gym class doing what I do, walking around in a circle, because that's what I was assigned to do. Because, you know, my school has a top-notch athletic program where walking around a circle of the things you sit on, little benches in front of the lockers, that's our cardio workout, you know. So I'm doing that, and this girl, she leaves, right? So I'm like, oh, must be time to go. And then these dudes, not these, the dudes in the class, they go to the locker. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's official. Time to go. And then I see my gym teacher talking to the girls, because they were in the weight room where they stand around and do nothing. And my mind is like, what are they still doing here? And then I noticed none of the guys are getting dressed. And me, being the leader that I am, I think that they're too shy. So I take off my shirt, put on my shirt, my other shirt, not my gym shirt. Take off my shorts, but my shorts were over other shorts, so really I wasn't exposed at all. put on my pants, you know, tighten up my belt, put on my hoodie, doing what I do. And then the teacher gets all mad. And then he's like, I didn't say class is over, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's news to me. And then he was like, yo, see me after class, blah, blah. So I go to see him. He's like, what were you thinking? You can't be undressed in front of girls. I'm like, I'm not shy. I don't see the problem. He's like, it's not what you think. It's the people that seen it, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, we have co-ed swimming. Like, if we swim, you know what I'm saying, I could take off my shirt then. Why can't I have my shirt off in the locker room? You know what I'm saying? I'm sweaty. I want to take it off. Second of all, they act like these grown-ass 17 and 18-year-old girls haven't seen a man shirtless. And we've all seen Twilight posters or advertisements. It's nonstop shirt-off action. So me, what's really the difference? You know what I'm saying? Third of all, it's a little sexist and homophobic to assume that I can freely take off my shirt in front of a dude and there's no sexual anything there, and the same isn't for a girl. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not fucking Brad Pitt, you know what I'm saying? So when I take off my shirt, girls aren't drooling over me. So it's nothing sexual, right? Everyone sees people without shirts. When I see a dude take off his shirt, I'm not drooling over that, you know what I'm saying? But maybe some dude drools over me, you know what I'm saying? And we can't just assume that people don't have sexual desires. So I just think this whole can't see me shirtless thing is ridiculous. So the Super Bowl was crazy. Some people see. Here's the thing. I always feel like I have opposite opinions of everybody, because I heard a lot of people saying that the Super Bowl was a bad game, and maybe because they're Broncos fans. But I had money on Seahawks, and I gotta tell you, it was the most exciting football game I've ever fucking seen. And I know for a fact that it would have been 50-0, but to give respect to Peyton Manning, they just left the middle wide open at the end of the third and gave him that touchdown, you know. And honestly, if you don't know that, then that must have been the only possession that you watched, because they couldn't get anything the whole time until the end of the third, when they just happened to leave them wide open, you know. But what's funny is Peyton Manning still made a record for the amount of fucking passes made. And here's the thing, I don't like run. I'm a go for it. First of all, I'm defense first. I love defense. Second of all, when it comes to offense, I'm Hail Mary every time. I like long throws. I like long runs. I don't like running for 3 yards. I don't like catching for 8. Peyton Manning made a record for most plays completed, but he only threw 8 yards average every time. So to me, that doesn't count. That's like your shooting percentage is 100%, but you only shot 2 free throws. You know what I'm saying? You didn't challenge yourself. 8 yards? Who can't throw a pass for 8 yards? You know? Especially if you're fucking Peyton Manning. Like, get out of here. But, yeah, everyone said it was bad. I thought it was amazing. Very exciting. Because, like I said, I'm all about defense. And Seattle shut it down. Murdered them. Everyone said that Bruno Mars killed the performance. I disagree. He played on drums. He sang. He danced around. What else are you going to do? It's a concert. At other concerts, do they not sing and dance? You know? Get out of here. First of all, he's stealing moves. he's singing other songs, he looked really lame. Like, I love the lighting. You know, if you say the Super Bowl performance had the best lighting, I'd say hell yeah, the lighting was off the hook. I love the lighting; it was amazing. But if you say Bruno Mars is a great uh performer because he sang and danced, like, I've seen way better performances than that. Uh, and also, there's something I want to talk about. Hold on. Well, what do I want to talk about first? Okay. Well, I'll say something, then say another thing, and then say something else. So, the song he sang was "Your Sex Takes Me to Paradise," in front of 8-year-olds across the country. And I feel like the only person who sees a problem with that. I don't like how sexual radio music is, and I don't like how accepted it is. Uh, I mean, how is like gangster rap and drugs like, no, that's terrible, but your sex takes me to paradise? How is that good? Like, everyone talks about how drugs ruin lives, but we seem to forget how much sex ruins lives and children ruin lives. We don't want to say that, but we all know that. You know what I'm saying? You can spend $20 of weed on weed every day, right? That's a problem. Sure. Let's say you spend $20 on diapers every day. Everyone seems to think, oh yeah, you have a baby. Yeah. What's the problem there? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Sex is bad too. Babies are bad too. Why are you glorifying this thing, especially in children? The people who listen to the radio, who don't have jobs, who don't have anything to do all day but listen to music and buy your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. Your sex takes me to paradise, as there's 8-year-olds. Ah, Bruno, you're so amazing. Oh my God. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. Makes me really uncomfortable knowing that 8-year-olds are listening to Sex Takes Me to Paradise. And I'm not going to lie. When I was 8, I listened to the Pretty Ricky album. That was all about sex. And I loved it. But I guarantee you this, I'd be a way better person on the straight and narrow, probably doing better in school, probably have handled relationships better if I didn't listen to over sexualized music all day. And yeah, what I was gonna say is, so I made bets on the Super Bowl, and the thing about betting, especially with friends, is you don't have to give them money. It's more of a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? I could have lost, showed up and said, no, I'm not giving you money. You know? What are they going to do? Not like me? Who cares? But, of course, I won. And I showed up to school, and some people didn't have my money. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about that, because on one end, it's not like I really deserve money. I called who was gonna win. That's not like, oh, I deserve money for that. But at the same time, there was a handshake. So I don't know. I'm like, should I care? Should I not care? It's free money, but free money, yeah, I want it, but free money, I don't deserve it. So it's like, yes or no. But this dude came to school in a Peyton Manning jersey. And to me, that reminded me of, I remember this kid. He was like, hey, you want to see my karate moves? Blah, blah. He was learning karate. I'm like, yeah, sure. It was in like 3rd grade or something. And then he did a wheelhouse kick or something, and he kicked me in the jaw on accident because he's an idiot, of course, in 3rd grade. And cracked my tooth a little, whatever. And then he went around the school bragging about how he cracked my tooth. And then I beat his ass, and he acted like I didn't. I sort of felt that way. Because he called Broncos. He was talking about how they were gonna win, blah blah blah, and then they get absolutely murdered. It wasn't a close game. Maybe if it was like fucking a field goal away, a last minute touchdown away, I'd say, okay, wear that jersey. It was close. But, you know, if you were, to me, they were 15-0 shutout. To the records, it's 43-8. Like I said, they gave it to him. Watch the game. They gave it to him. You can't just wear the jersey. What are you doing? Take that L. You don't come to school with pride after you get shut out like that. Like, I don't know if I'm being a hater or like for real, like what are you doing? I don't know. It's just the arrogance of not admitting that you got fucking whooped. Still bragging while you lose. I don't know. I just got really upset. But at the same time, I don't care. So I don't know. It's conflicting. Like some things instinctually, they're like, I don't like this. But at the same time, when I really think about it, I'm like, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. Should I go with my instincts or should I go with my thought process? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to pick a road. Like I said, I was going to say something else, say something. This is the something. People were calling Jay-Z a bad husband for letting Beyonce do a little sexy little dance at the Grammys. I didn't see it, whatever. That's how they describe it. And calling Beyonce a whore. But, you know, it really reminded me of when everyone went on Miley Cyrus for whatever award show that was with Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke was performing Blurred Lines, a song about a good girl going bad, a girl who doesn't do drugs doing drugs, a girl who doesn't usually be sexual, you know what I'm saying? The whole song is about that. Blurred lines. This is a good girl, but she gets freaky. Good girl, but she does drugs. And then when Miley is the definition of that song, everybody's like, oh my god, what's wrong with her? She wasn't brought up this way. She shouldn't be doing drugs, blah blah blah. Like, I just don't understand how we can say things in music and make you think you have to visualize when you hear something, you know what I'm saying? How we can just give you this music saying things, but when we show you, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's like Louis C.K. has this joke where he says when people like news anchors say the N-word, like quote unquote the N-word, and then we have to think, you know, the word they're talking about. Like that's exactly what that is. You're putting the image of a good girl gone bad in our mind. But if I just give you that, if I show you that image, which is Miley Cyrus, then it's like, oh my god, what is this? But like, what's funny about that performance is it's simultaneous. You love the song about a good girl going bad, a good innocent girl acting like, you know, a sexual girl doing drugs, and then when you see Miley doing drugs, when you see Miley doing sexual things, you go crazy. I guarantee you that if Miley was more attractive, if she had a bigger butt, if she didn't have weird dumb hair, you know what I'm saying? If she was possibly Latin, You know what I'm saying? If this was like a Brazilian show or something, hey, this is a Brazilian dancer, no one would have a problem with it. It's racism, honestly. You see a skinny white girl doing what songs describe, and it's a huge problem. I guarantee you, if it was a Latin girl, if it was a black girl, everybody, yeah, that's what they do. And everybody's like, your parents didn't raise you to do that, Miley. Like, yeah, no shit. Whose parents raised them to do anything? Did my parents raise me to fucking do a podcast? Like, I hate that argument so much. I hate it as much as when people say, act your age. Like, I hate when teachers say that because it will be a classroom of people all the same age acting the same way, and then they say, act your age. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Like, I honestly don't understand the mind frame of people. And then to call Beyonce a whore, first of all, her songs are all sexual. Her album, no promo, went like platinum or just sold a shitload. I don't remember. But her album did great. All of it sexual. Her whole career, sexual songs, dancing sexually. She's only 30. You know? When the Golden Girls was around and that old ass lady was always talking about sex, who the fuck was talking about, oh my god, she should not be doing that? Nobody. Actually, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I was watching it, you know. But I doubt anybody said anything because it's an old ass white lady. No one's got shit to say to old white people. You know what I'm saying? But a 30-year-old, she's in the music business. She's been in the music business since like 18 or something. She's been making sexual music. She's been dancing sexually. She has a kid and she's married. So when she does it, like I just honestly don't get the thought process. She's doing her job. She's doing what everyone knows her to do, what everyone expects her to do, what she is paid to do. What do you want her to be up there sitting on a couch crocheting while Jay-Z plays 2K and the baby's in a cradle while her fucking album plays about riding fucking Jay-Z's dick like a surfboard? Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. And to call Jay-Z a bad husband because he didn't run up on stage and put a big blanket around her body and say, come on, you're acting crazy. That's ridiculous. It just pisses me off when just the big hypocrisies and racisms are so blatant in our faces and no one seems to just say, whoa, that's fucked up. You know? If the headline says something, if the headline says Beyonce's a whore, none of us are like, why? Why do you say that? No, you're wrong. When we actually think about it from these different angles, they just go, oh, is that what the headline says? Is that what I should think? I guess so. Like, I don't know. That just bugs me out. You know what I'm saying? But to get on a lighter subject, I thought of a cool way to gamble, y'all. I was thinking about it because of how bad the Broncos got whooped. A cool way to gamble, instead of doing a flat rate, hey, 20 on the game, hey, 5 on the game, 10 on the game, just bet the differences. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, if the Bulls beat the 76, if the game is Bulls, 76ers, Broncos, Seattle, hockey team versus hockey team, volleyball versus volleyball, whatever it is, bet instead of a flat rate. So if it's a flat rate, it's more of like a coin toss on who's the better team. It's 50-50. But if you do the difference, then it really you pay the skill difference between the teams. And that's really what the bet's about. It's not flat rate 50-50 who's going to win. It's who's better by this much. And then, to me, it's just a better bet. Because instead of betting $5 or $10 on Seattle, I could have won 30-something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was a close game, maybe 3. Instead of them paying me 5, 10, 20, they could have paid me 3. And I would have said, yeah, I respect your team. It was close. But if I blow them the fuck out and you owe me all that money, I'm saying, yup, you shouldn't have picked that team. I shit on you. You know? And that's my new way of thinking of gambling. And, of course, I bring it up to people and they think it's dumb because they don't like to think outside the box. But fuck them. I think it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that Bruno did while he was performing, he did the splits. And I just thought, I'm like, am I the only person? Again, I always feel like I'm the only person. Am I the only person who isn't impressed when someone does the splits? Like, I feel like when people do the splits, everyone goes, oh my God, he just spread his legs. Whoa. Am I the, like, really, that's what you're impressed with? Win a chess game. You know what I'm saying? Do something special. Win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Make a good song. You know what I'm saying? Doing the splits, really, your legs are flexible. Your pants are flexible. Good combination. All right. Like, I don't know. Splits to me isn't the most amazing sight to see where I will go, oh my God, he just did the splits. Oh my God, that's so crazy. He's such a good performer. Like, I don't know. I feel like the only person who sees the splits and goes, okay, cool dance move, cool yoga pose, cool showing that you're flexible. But it's like, I'm not going, oh my God, you spread your legs after lots of practice spreading your legs. Oh, and another thing, the Super Bowl commercials, either this year's were whack or they're way overrated, because I just feel like they're standard commercials, and just because you pay billions of dollars for it doesn't make it amazing. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't every commercial you put out be amazing? You know, that just tells me that you don't try as hard when I'm watching South Park or something. That on regular TV, oh, whatever, yeah, just make a commercial. Yeah, just say, hey, eat pistachios. But when, oh my God, it's a Super Bowl, we gotta crack his head open, you know. Why wouldn't you put out the best product on a regular? Why is it every year do I have to wait around for the best commercial that you're never gonna show again? Like, why don't you just make the best commercial and then show it regularly? Like, that's way more impressive, you know? That's like being a shitty team. That's like being the Browns. That's like never winning a game. And then you're like, well, if I went to the Super Bowl, I think I'd play like really good. Like, I would beat the best team. Like, why wouldn't you do your best all the time? Not just when your boss says it's important. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you're paying with, like, if your budget is that high, like, I'm just assuming they have a higher budget so they make better commercials. That's all I'm assuming. So let's say you have a higher budget for a more expensive commercial slot. Why wouldn't you just do the higher budget for the commercial, make a great commercial, and then instead of spending billions of dollars for a 30-second placement on one broadcast, you could easily split that money up and just do way more guerrilla marketing on a whole bunch of other places instead of just one place. I guarantee you it's going to work out way better. And, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just fucking a prophet where I think of these amazing things. You know, it's either, I feel like that's the same way. Maybe other people feel that way. Maybe I'm just a prophet who has the best ideas that no one else thinks of. Or maybe I'm just an idiot and it doesn't work. That could be anything. That could have been the sham wow. But it worked. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, maybe this podcast works, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you enjoyed, maybe you didn't. If you did enjoy, go ahead and let me know. Tweet me, comment on YouTube, go on my Facebook wall. All of that's in the description. And if you didn't like it, you can tell me, you can tweet me, go on my Facebook wall, do what it do. I want feedback. I never get feedback. It really makes me mad when people just randomly say, hey, I listened to it, it was good. Hey, I read your blog, it was good. But I never, for all I know, it's like if I shoot a flare in the sky and no one comes rescues me, but then I save myself, and when I get to the land, they're like, yo, you shot a really good flare. Like, that was really good positioning. Everyone saw your flare, and it was really good. And glad to see you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just makes me mad that people will randomly say, hey, yeah, I listen to all your stuff. I read all your stuff. I love it. But you don't tell me until we're in like a back alley all alone because you're too embarrassed to say it in public or on social media. So whatever you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. I have 3 other ones. I have a couple videos. I have things to read. And that's that. Thank you for listening.
Good at Studios. We're networking.